Predictions number 8 and 9. There's a lot of money. One area where you're going to have money is from the applicant paying. Like we talked about the ladders.com. You're paying $30 a month to have access to this specific niche. I could see other things, maybe applicants paying for interviews, applicants paying to get ahead of the line. That might be something that emerges. And when I say ahead of the line, I mean that in an electronic sense, not in a physical queuing up down at the employment office or something. I could see employers paying money as well if they're in a industry that has a high demand for a particular kind of worker. Nursing comes to mind. I could see companies paying you to apply. There's this concept called a passive job applicant, where they're happy where they are, but they're extremely high performers, but they're not looking for a job. But man, you wish they were looking for a job because they're the kind of people you'd like to hire. Well, if you could incentivize them some way, and I've talked to some company clients about this, about, if you're manufacturing down in Chickamauga, Georgia, you need to don't have a job fair, you need to go to Walmart, and you need to have a, come test drive a job and win tickets to NASCAR kind of a thing. I mean, there ought to be ways to incentivize people who aren't even thinking about applying to make a little effort and go apply somewhere. So there's money in that, and I hope you hear what I'm saying. For young folks coming out of graduate schools, there's money in this. Got to put your thinking cap on. Got to think in a different way. You got to kind of see where everything's going. But if you can get there and
try repeating it.
Try repeating it. Yeah, there's money in all of this. All right. Think about my last prediction, by the way. I think it all comes down to a conversation. It all comes down to a conversation between two human beings. I don't care how many assessments, how much glass house transparency there is. It's still going to come down. And I don't care if the conversation is not predictive of performance. It can have poor validity. It's still going to happen because it's human nature. Think about romantic relationships for a moment. Or for some of you, stop thinking about romantic relationships for just a moment and listen to me. In a romantic relationship situation, let's say there was a test you could take, maybe a matchmaker.com kind of a thing, and they said, this person is the best spouse for you. There's no freaking doubt. This is the person. We've got better validity than anything else out there. You're still going to want to conversate with that person, right? And get to know them, because it's chemistry 101 kind of a stuff. You can't let go and totally let go of human intuition and human judgment, poor as it may be. So I think that's one thing that's probably never going to change. Is it's all going to come down to a conversation. People just for people's comfort level, they'll say, "Hey, we've done all the work. We know there's no red flags on you. We know you're the sharpest and the brightest, and you passed these assessments. And I'm impressed with everything I see on the web about you. And you've just wowed the socks out of everybody that you've met here. I still want to sit down and talk with you." I just think that's the way it's always going to be. Okay, that's it. Brevity. What about us? You tell me. I mean, what's the role of IO-Site professionals and HR professionals? Are there folks here who aren't IO students, right? We've got a blend, right? Okay, so we've got one. That's a blend. It's heavy IO, I guess. But what's the future? What's the role for us? Any ideas? Speculation? I still think someone's got to be an expert in all this, no matter what happens. Someone's got to be well-versed in this stuff and know how to not deal with the routine of HR, but all that non-routine stuff, the curveballs and the real one-off kind of hiring situations, the judgment calls. So I think there's still going to be a need. It's just going to change. It's going to emerge as a whole different kind of thing. So I'll be interested to let you ponder that and think about it, and give me ideas on that, because I don't, nobody knows, right? It's a crystal ball that we're looking into. But that's, there's where my thoughts are right now. A little bit. All right, that's it. Thank you for your attention.